All right, we're good. All right, well, yeah, thanks for joining us. Onsite Technology is the solar industry's first ground robot. And we've incorporated some interesting technology in it with autonomous driving and machine learning. Basically today I came from the solar industry, and I've walked these really large solar farms before, and it's acres and acres. And you end up kind of getting lost in them, like being in a really big farm. And it's like 105 degrees out there. It's really hot. There's a lot of little details around the side, whether it's connectors, et cetera. So we invented a better way to do it that's going to save a ton of time and money. We've done that with some expertise that I brought from the solar industry, and we brought on some PhDs that are developing some really interesting technology. We've launched this like literally when we started with the growth factory like 9 months ago. And we went from concept to prototype to, we actually just sold 2 units to a group called McCarthy Construction that's using them on some solar fields out in Dallas, Texas today. So really fast growth, some strong traction, and we really owe a lot of the credit to the growth factory. Some of the things we're looking for, we just finished up our pre-seed round, so we're able to raise $300K through that pre-seed round. That was really exciting. Got market traction a lot earlier than we thought we would. So from a fundraising investment perspective, you could get involved on our seed round that's going to be coming up in Q4, so kind of stay in the mix for that. And then the technology we're working on is like super cutting edge. So whether it's like machine learning contacts or resources through the universities or autonomous driving resources, we'd love to connect with some folks in that area as well. Thank you.
Okay, break it down for me like I'm a kindergartner. What is the robot actually doing out there?
So the robot has it's basically a battery on wheels with a bunch of sensors on it, but 2 of the most important sensors we have today, one's a thermal camera, and this allows you to look at anything electrically, kind of leaves these heat traces. And the site we're on right now, I mean, even beyond saving time and money in terms of what it costs to maintain these assets, this site in particular has had 15 fires on it so far because the connectors would get loose and they'd start these fires, and there's no way to really inspect these things. So we use a thermal camera to do that, and then as the robot's cruising through, it's taking these images, logging all of those, and then it's starting to make decisions on its own through its own neural network.
Okay, that's fabulous. Thank you for the explanation. Once the images are captured, the data is captured, stored there on the little robot, or how is it transported back to a human that can make intelligent decisions to go out and do maintenance or preventative care of these solar systems?
Yeah, so we've partnered with a group called Drone Deploy. I think they own like 80% of the drone market today. And we're actually using their interface to display the data. So it's actually like an aerial map that you can click on, kind of like Google Earth. And the interface is like far more advanced than anything else in the industry today. And we're so lucky to have such a large partner this early in our company.
Okay, what's the communication pathway from the robot to that platform?
Nice. So the robot, we're leveraging a lot of like really new technologies that came out. So that's kind of the game plan here. But we use, basically the robot drives on a 5G network. So it drives via cellular. That's how we upload all the data. That goes through a database and displayed on the Drone Deploy software for you to be able to see kind of all of the results and take action.
So I'd love to talk more SMUD innovation. This is kind of right in line with something we'd love to test out. But my biggest concern in that realm would be the cybersecurity element. And if you're going over cellular, how are you encrypting that data in transit? What's going on there? I would need to dig in. No need to respond to that. That was sort of rhetorical.
Of course.
But I would love to learn more from that perspective.
Yeah, we've been on a SMUD site because it's on an independent network. We pass all of the SCADA scrutiny and protocols. So yeah, we've been on large utility. The site we're on right now is 150 megawatts.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
So how are you finding customers?
I spent 16 years in the solar industry and had a successful exit prior. And so I know the industry really well. I'm also the chairman of the Solar Industry Operations and Maintenance Division. So that's it, a lot of internal network, but also like LinkedIn. We leverage LinkedIn a lot, to be honest, for those of you who use it. We're big fans.
So what does a profile of a customer look like? Like who would buy this?
Really, it's, we're looking to pressure maybe asset owners like a SMUD or some folks to get the operations and maintenance providers to utilize it. We're looking to move two different P&Ls. One is the operations and maintenance providers P&L, the folks who have these long-term maintenance contracts. They get valued on a multiple of EBITDA, so every dollar we save them, it's worth $15 to them.
Yeah.
And then also just the general asset owner. So if we can move what it costs to operate the asset, it would actually increase the value of the asset as well.
Yeah. Good. I think we're out of time.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Very cool.